G'day legends, I hope you're having a great day and a great ending to your week. Today marks 1 year since I went under the knife to operate on my brain. The reason for this is we saw in an MRI some unwelcome movement in my tumour. And before the stitches had even healed, I immediately started the current chemotherapy treatment that I'm still going through. Now, something I haven't spoken about before is leading up to this operation, I just had the gut feeling that something was going to go wrong. Soldiers learn to trust their gut, and I had everything prepared just in case. That said, it went very successfully, quite obviously. Now, I wanted to make a specific video today regarding this year, the unknown future, and my perspective on life and how so much has changed. But I can't move forward without thanking all of you. And that is ultimately what this video is going to be, is a thank you. In the year when everything got turned upside down once again, thousands of you stuck by my side and you supported me in every way possible. You gave me a purpose, you supported me mentally, emotionally, and even financially. You not only have supported me, but you've criticised me, and you've held me accountable. You've forced me to rethink positions or forced me to explain my positioning and my reasoning further. Not only has this forced me to be a better reporter, but a better human. And I thank you all for this. But mostly I just want to thank you for your friendship over what has been a very difficult period. More difficult than probably what I've shown publicly. I've had some very dark days, dark weeks. My goal with this whole channel, with everything, is just to talk to you daily or whenever I speak to you as authentically as possible, as if we sat in a pub together over a pint. And I believe those that know me outside of YouTube wouldn't see a difference between my online opinions, my views, what I say, and what I would say over having a beer. There might be some less swearing, but the foundations would be the same. And I can tell you that many in this space who I know, they do not share this perspective. Often they have dramatically or radically different views behind closed doors, but due to audience capture, they hold a certain public viewpoint. Also, it's become increasingly obvious that many on this platform and on social media are now directly funded and have been compromised by state-level actors, pushing agendas from ethics to law to future world orders. And this does have the ability to undermine everything people do on these websites. So what is next for me? Well, I have one more round of this chemotherapy. This is in just over a week, so I'm doing my very best to recover so I can actually start that. Following this, I have an MRI to see the results of this treatment, to see if the tumour is responding and behaving or it's worsening. Now, with this chemotherapy, I think even if it became available to do again in the future, I don't know if I could put myself back through it. If you're wondering what the point of the chemo is for an incurable and inoperable tumour, it's a little bit bleak. It is in an attempt to extend my life in the hope that better treatments become available. Of course, there is a price to pay for this. Now, as you can imagine, the treatment is not only physically exhausting, but the unknowns, the scans, that this is very mentally taxing as well. And this is something I probably do a poor job at, is explaining just how taxing this is and has been. Not only the neurological impact of the chemo, but how in a few weeks everything may be decided. And this time cloud, this hangs over me constantly, as well as a constant and actually a growing fear that my brain is slowly failing me. And we all have uncertainties in our future, but I do hope that yours are a little less bleak. Now, this treatment has kept me fairly stationary for the past year, but I do hope to get back to my real passion, my passion for humans, to be able to travel again, to experience what I can in my limited time. Assalamu alaikum. Just because of you. Fucking. Yes. I will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe because I saw a lot of deaths, a lot of horrible things, so my brain decided to do not feel these emotions. So now I don't afraid to be killed or something like that.
I also hope that my brain can recover to the point that I don't struggle with large amounts of information, which I am struggling with at the moment and have been for a number of months. I often say, though, due to this diagnosis, I'm a better man than I otherwise would be. And if the price that I have to pay for this is the operations, the treatments, and a shorter existence, then so be it. So how do I see the world? How do I see death, and what has changed? Now, I'm culturally a Christian, but spiritually an atheist. I recognise that my foundations are of Christian values, but I don't believe in a higher power. As an atheist, I think you can boil this down that simply my core belief is that we are a mathematical anomaly and that we don't have a higher purpose or a higher meaning. That we are nothing but sequenced dust. This is also my core reasoning for the importance of humans and each other. That there is no enlightenment, there is no meaning, there is no higher power. That there is real finality. But because of this real finality, that this is it. This is all we are, this is all there will ever be. That we are completely insignificant in the cosmos, is therefore this is the real significance and the importance to each other as sentient beings as we float through likely an empty galaxy. This in of itself gives me the purpose and the meaning. Meanwhile, it seems that many are completely hell-bent on actively destroying each other, often in the name of seeking enlightenment, chasing utopian visions, or pushing certain narratives. The goal should be continual learning, searching and improving, not trying to reach a certain destination, because trying to reach a utopia has always been a fool's errand that leads to millions dying. Heraclitus says, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." And spiritual enlightenment for me is one of understanding that humans are not intrinsically evil, that humans are ultimately a reflection of genetic disposition, environmental, religious, cultural, and societal factors, that it's just a reflection of this. And if you traverse the world with this in mind, you will start to understand everything from the peasant to the dictator, the friend to the foe, and the terrorist to the freedom fighter. Maybe not with admiration, but you'll be able to see this as a reflection with understanding. This position is the dark backing a mirror must have if it is to reflect. And instead of telling people they are wrong, they are bad, they are misguided, maybe we should look at the factors which they are influenced by. And there is no greater example of this than the current return of the right wing in Europe, and how the delusional Western European leaders believe that this is somehow an unexplainable phenomenon. Even if this swing is their story just replaying from an environment that they have again curated. As I said before, understanding is not admiration, but it is the point we must reach before we criticise, or further than if we choose to intervene. And this is why I'm a firm believer in hierarchy of systems, but not of the individual. It's been a hell of a year for me, and the next few weeks may provide some more answers or possibly more questions. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sticking around. I can't begin to explain in what ways you have changed my life. I'll be forever grateful, and long past my relevance to this platform, I'll continue to be grateful for you. At the end of the day, I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I've lived it honestly and without hiding from reality. I'll keep doing what I can while I can. But again, what I've been feeling a lot recently is I have this feeling that my brain is slowly failing me. This may just be long-term medication, but it does and has been concerning me more and more. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that life doesn't wait for certainty. You move forward regardless of whether you would like to or not. So thank you again for being here, for listening, and for giving me a reason to show up, to be that man in the arena, even on the days that I thought I couldn't. Please take care of yourselves, look after the people close to you, and keep questioning everything. And keep looking forwards. Legends, thank you very much. And I'll speak to you tomorrow with an actual update on the war in Ukraine. Goodbye.